All right, let's get right into it. We're about to follow a molecule on a wild journey. A journey that starts with your lunch and ends up controlling some of the most critical signals inside your body. It's a story all about a dependency we literally can't live without.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Our bodies are these amazing biochemical factories. They can build so much complex stuff. So why can't they make everything? Why are we forced to get certain vital nutrients from our food? Well, to get to the bottom of that, we first have to nail down what biologists actually mean when they use the word essential. It's not just a casual term, it has a super specific meaning, and it's the key to this entire puzzle.
So here's the deal. An essential nutrient isn't just something that's, good for you. It's a molecule your body absolutely has to have to work properly, but, and this is the crucial part, it just doesn't have the tools to build it from scratch. There's no plan B. You have to get it from your diet. Period.
Okay, so what's the holdup? Why can't we make these specific things? It all boils down to a single, very precise limitation in our body's molecular construction kit. You could call it a biochemical bottleneck.
And believe it or not, the problem is this specific. Our enzymes are actually pretty great at making fatty acids, but they hit a wall, a hard limit. They can only pop double bonds into a fatty acid chain up to the 9th carbon atom. Anything further down the chain? Nope, can't do it.
Let's take our first example here. Linoleate. It's an 18-carbon chain. Now, our body can handle that first double bond at the delta 9 spot easy. But look at that second one, the one way out at the delta 12 position. That's past our C9 limit. The only way we can get a molecule with that structure is to eat it. And then there's linolenate, which makes the point even clearer. This one has double bonds at the delta 12 and the delta 15 positions. Both are way outside the zone our enzymes can reach. So again, we are 100% dependent on our diet to supply this raw material. So, this is where our food swoops in to save the day. Let's meet the two molecules that solve this problem for us, the essential fatty acids that become the starting point for everything that follows.
And here they are, linoleate and linolenate. For mammals like us, these two are the answer. By getting them from our food, we're basically outsourcing that one tricky manufacturing step that our own internal factory just isn't equipped to handle.
But wait, the story doesn't stop there. Just getting these molecules into our bodies is really only the beginning. Once they're inside, they go through this incredibly important transformation. They get upgraded into something even more powerful. You see, our bodies don't just use these fats as they are. They see them as the perfect starting material, foundational precursors for building a whole other class of molecules that we need for all sorts of moment-to-moment regulation in our bodies.
So how does this upgrade actually happen? Well, one of the main things that happens to linoleate is this amazing conversion. Our enzymes take that 18-carbon molecule, they add 2 more carbons to it, and they rearrange the bonds to create this 20-carbon powerhouse, arachidonate. And this molecule, this is the real game changer. And this is where things get really cool. That arachidonate molecule we just built, it becomes the parent of a whole family of regulators that go on to control a ton of different processes all over your body. Arachidonate is the source for these little signal molecules called eicosanoids. The name comes from the Greek word for 20, because they're all 20-carbon molecules. Now, the key thing here is that they act as local hormones. They're not traveling all through your bloodstream. They're sending powerful, short-lived messages only to the cells in their immediate neighborhood. And what do they regulate? Oh, just some of the most fundamental processes in our bodies. Eicosanoids are right at the center of inflammation. They control how our blood vessels tighten and relax to manage blood flow, and they even help tweak how our nerve cells talk to each other. They're massively important. Now, this eicosanoid family has a few major branches, and they each have their own special jobs. From that one arachidonate molecule, we get prostaglandins, prostacyclins, thromboxanes, and leukotrienes. Each of these groups plays a really distinct and vital role in all that local regulation we were just talking about. Okay, so let's step back for a second and put all the pieces together. We can now trace a direct line from a molecule in the food we eat all the way down to the precise local control of our own biology. And this is the whole story right here. It all starts with that one simple problem. We can't make a double bond past the 9th carbon. That simple fact forces us to get linoleate from our diet. Our body then brilliantly transforms it into arachidonate, which then unleashes this whole cascade of eicosanoids to give us fine-tuned control over things like inflammation and blood flow. It's just an incredibly elegant solution to a fundamental limitation. And that kind of leaves you with a final thought, right? A single missing enzyme, one tiny gap in our molecular toolkit, creates this absolute dietary requirement, which then cascades into this whole amazing system of regulation. It really makes you wonder, what other hidden dependencies, what other clever biological workarounds are shaping our lives every single day?